Stuart is the man.
Yeah, he is.
So we're ready? We're ready?
Yes.
Okay. Yo. All right, everyone. Welcome to episode 19 of Pardon the Dashboard. I'm your host, Sergeant Merrill, along with my co-host and fellow veteran, IXI Sweat. And you're probably laughing right now because of my photo, but it's okay. I'm terrifyingly happy right now. And so is one of my guests, Mr. Chaos Math. His creepy bar dude.
Hello, guys.
And that is a Cosmo in his hand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. It's like a pretty wimpy drink, but if you drink enough of them, it's manly, so.
All right. And we also have Aviator, reoccurring guest.
What is up, guys? Glad to be back again.
So Chaos Matt.
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
Oh, dude, it's going great. It's going great. I overcame some crazy technical difficulties, and I have a little libation in front of me, and I'm really psyched and honored to be here. So thanks for having me on, bro.
What kind of libation are we talking about here?
Well, what we're rolling with today is the Jack Daniel's Honey Whiskey.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
There you go. Now, one of the things you're known for on your channel is your music.
Yeah.
How you incorporated music in Call of Duty?
Well, you know, I'm actually still working on that. So at first, what I did was, I've always been a musician, and I recently was able to build a home studio, and I always wanted to find some way to get my music out there. I ended up becoming a family man, so the rock star thing went out the window. And so the first thing I did was to just start putting some of my music in the background, and that went pretty well. But then a couple guys heard it and asked to use it, like Onslaught, and a few other guys like Wings have used it. I've done some stuff for you, but then now I've started to sort of pick up on kind of the parody thing, which is sort of similar to what Try Hard Ninja's doing, but I'm kind of trying to do it in my own way. So I guess I'm just trying to find every possible way that I can integrate music, whether it's just putting my stuff in the background or doing COD parodies and hopefully some more stuff.
Now,
Oh,
go ahead, Sweat. Go ahead, Ben.
I'm sorry. So, can any of us, jump in on that, Eric? I mean, can you loan out me some of this music now, or is there a line that I have to go through, or like a waiver that I have to sign or something?
It's funny. Like I put a thing on my channel that said, it's sort of, I didn't mean to sound like a cocker or anything, but get it? But so you like that product? You like that product placement? But I sort of said, it's kind of on an invite-only thing because I had a bunch of people asking me, and I mean, I've got probably about 250 songs archived of recordings from the last 15 years to use. But yeah, man, if you'd be interested in using any of it, just let me know. I'd be happy to share it. I mean, I can't do it with everybody, and I've let smaller channels use it. I actually gave B-52 Fortress a song to use yesterday. So you can't call me a snob and say I'm only trying to give it to big channels, because that's absolutely not why I'm doing it. I'm just basically trying to give it out to friends and try to get them to use it. So yeah, if you're interested, hit me up, man.
So
awesome.
So what are some of the parodies that you've done? What are the inspiration for those?
So the first parody I did was really sort of silly. It was I covered Rebecca Black's Friday, and that came up over just a conversation with my wife up in the kitchen. We were doing dishes, and I had just showed her the song, and I was like, "This is so bad, you have to see this." And she's like, "Oh," I was like, what would be awesome is a metal version of that. And and she started cracking up, and I was like, no, wait, what if Metallica did it? And next thing you know, I went downstairs and I have a video on my channel of just that, and so it went over pretty good. And the next one I did was the Beatles' Blackbird, which was just a sort of a grapefruit. It was a no-brainer to do that one. And last one I did was a Dick in the Box parody called "Love the FAMAS," which just came out last week. And for that one, I started mixing in some IRL video of me actually recording all the parts for the song. And so yeah, I'm kind of feeling like that's kind of maybe something a little niche I can get into to do. So
that's pretty cool.
Looking to do more.
Rebecca Black has a new video. Just saying.
Yeah,
I heard
there you go, man. You should jump on that.
Oh, I'm gonna jump.
But I think this time you have to do some sort of like a reggae rap version. I think that's what I'm looking for from you this time. Little Rebecca Black reggae rap, please make it happen.
Hey, man, we'll hook it up. It's not a bad idea. The more ridiculous, the better, right?
All right, we got to move on to our next topic, which is the call of the community. This is something that the Aviator put together in just 5 days, mostly without sleep. And it ended up getting 1.4 million views while on its stream, and I don't have enough room in my little title thing over here to put Call of the Community, so we're just going to go with COC because that's the abbreviation for that. So going with that, Aviator, what was your inspiration for the COC, and how did you get people to jump on it?
To continue the conversation later, like, how can we take the good cock and make it like a better cock?
Yeah, yes. It's a very good question. Yes.
I have so many answers, and none of them are age appropriate, so I'm just not going there. Instead, I'll just say we knew what we were getting into when we named it the cock. We knew exactly what we were doing. It was planned. It was to get you guys like you, who are dirty little boys, talking about the cock, because it's effing hilarious. I mean, really, this is really...
So just to be clear, you're happy with cock?
I'm extremely happy with the cock.
Okay.
Oh my God, the community really was too. I mean, people were jumping on the cock like crazy.
1.4 million people jumped on my cock this week.
All right, let's be serious. All right, Aviator, what was this event? What was the Call of the Community?
Success.
Basically, it was a success. It was a huge. It was kind of an amazing thing that came out of I won't say a bad situation, but a less than pleasant situation where we all wanted to keep our community together and kind of reduce the amount of drama in it. And so many people came together to raise money for charity and do something worthwhile. That I don't know. It's blowing my mind. It's hard to even talk about it fluidly because it was 7.5 hours of stream with 64 players, 16 teams, 48 of your favorite YouTubers in the world, plus 16 MLG superstars, all doing just incredible work and playing things up. So some guys were playing just purely for fun. We had teams of snipers, Zergriz and Zerka's team of snipers. They were awesome to watch. So much fun. But then we had teams that were really working as hard as they could to get wins, like the Lads, which is Sam 5000's team, really did incredible work, along with the Legion of Well-Hung Billionaires, which was Onslaught's team, also did incredible work. It was a neat thing to do, and we did it all for charity. We raised over $20,000 within a 5-day of planning period and our live events. It was amazing. We had all this support and just watching how the community has kind of come together. It's always been said that in the YouTube space of gamers, there's a lot of different little communities or circles of friends, and this was a neat experience for people to kind of have a way to break into other circles, because there's guys who've never met each other, who are big YouTubers or small YouTubers or whatever, and now there's so many new friends made, and that kind of blends in, and you'll see that subscribers start being shared, and that there's more friendships made there as well, and that's what this whole thing's about, is people coming together to have fun and to help others. So
yeah, and I know you awesome. Approached me, last week, and you were saying, hey, we need some designs done for this, and just this thing reached out beyond the community, because the designers that are with my team, with Merrowworks, they were happy to contribute to a charity of this size. So it was.
Well, you did awesome work too. Guys, big shout out to Merrowworks. I shouted them out like 7 times on the stream, but I have to shout it out right now because I'm here to tell you, Merrill's day job is making some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Seriously, for websites and stuff, you gotta check them out.
I was happy to improve the cock. But
you might say that you polished the cock.
I did. It was very well polished.
Say toward the end, the last revision, he made the cock larger.
I was worried that Chaos was going to jump on board with this, but thank you for coming on.
You found a way to make the cock grow. That's what it's all about.
Oh.
Are we done? Are we done here? I think we're done.
Video bumping.
I think we've milked as much out of the cock as we can.
Well, before we go any further, I do want to say there's been a lot of people asking this, and I know we don't like to talk about what's in the chat because people who are watching this later don't get to see the chat, but there will be a Cock 2 coming out. We don't have exact details at this point, but we are talking about details and everything else. We're planning for a Cock 2. There's so many people who have, expressed interest in donating again or doing something like this again soon. And it won't be too soon because we want to give it some time. It takes a lot of time to plan this stuff, and I'd like to see my wife sometime in the next 6 months. So if there will be another one, most likely. It'll probably be in 6 or 12 months, and it will be awesome. And though people have said that two cocks is too many, I doubt it. And I think it's going to be great.
All right, let's move on, damn it. Let's move on. So we just got done talking to one of the better things of our community, what we can do as a community and just really stand out. But we also want to talk about something that's coming up in the YouTube community that is not so great. That's kind of embarrassing to see something like this happening, which is video bumping. And I don't know the exact details on how to do this. All I know is that there is I guess you would call it glitch, to where you can bump your video up in everybody's subscriber box, And it may seem great for you to do that. It gets your video more views, and if you're partnered, it gets you more money. But at the same time, it's bumping everybody else's video down that legitimately came before you. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
Well, I'm not going to go in. I know exactly how to do it based on, the tutorials now that people have, but I say we leave that out completely. But you can see how somebody with a really large subscriber base would actually benefit from this, and quite a bit if they do it enough. So that's what's unfortunate, is the ones that are doing it knowing that that the benefits of them doing it are for money. If you're doing it because, I don't know, you made a montage and you're especially proud of your montage and you're not a partner channel or something like that, I probably would look at it completely different. But when somebody's doing it and they know the reason behind it, or they know exactly why they're doing it, and they know exactly what they're getting out of it, then it's kind of questionable that you're doing it at the expense of somebody else's video that they worked hard on.
Yeah, it's a challenging thing, though. You say that. Here's the way I have to look at this. First off, there's a lot of people getting blamed for bumping when they're not actually bumping. Like, here's the thing. Bumping takes on the homepage. If you go to youtube.com and you're logged in, on the homepage, it puts your video above videos that came newer. Yes. But if you do anything else, you take any other action aside from leaving a comment on a video, any other action in your channel, whether you're posting a video unlisted, whether you're doing anything else, it bumps your videos also. So, like, if I send out, I just sent out a bulletin to say that I was going to be on the show, it bumped my latest video to the top, and I'm going to have haters saying that I'm bumping, right? The problem with this is that people need to be educated. First off, I don't see bumping as being a negative thing. I don't bump necessarily. I know how to do it. I just don't. It doesn't matter for a channel my size, really. What I think people need to be aware of is that most of the time, it's not actually bumping. Even if it's someone that has bumped in the past, it's not actually bumping. I upload unlisted sometimes 2 and 3 times a day, different videos for people to watch. Every time I finish a video, every single time I finish a video, I upload that video to YouTube, so I have a backup of it just in case. In case my laptop crashes, because my videos take 15, 20 hours editing oftentimes, and I want them to be freaking good. I don't want to lose them, So it's one of those things that I think people really need to be aware that it's not always people who are trying to take advantage. It's oftentimes people who are just.
Now, I'm worried that some people don't understand the gravity of a glitch like this. I mean, how many people go to YouTube and click the first video that they see? A lot. Yeah. And that means when you upload your video, you're going to get that initial chunk of views. You're going to get that. You can depend on that. But when you have somebody who your subscribers are also subscribed to, some of these larger commentators, it really takes away that consistency that you can depend on. And if you do this as a hobby for money, that can be.
Well, here's the challenge of it, and this is something I encourage everyone listening to this podcast. If you guys don't mind, there's a little link on the top right-hand side of your page. Every time you go to YouTube, it has your name on it. Click that name, and then click on go through your subscriptions anyway. It's the easiest way, and you don't have to worry about bumping that way.
Yeah. And Aviator did make some really good points, but just for example, I've got accused of when I asked for bumps on the Machinima Respawn app, people sent me a message telling me they were unsubscribing because I was promoting bumping videos on my channel, which people, that's just, people who aren't educated on it, and they see one mass thing. So, but to keep with what Eric said, they still do have people that, that are doing it for the wrong reasons, and that's what I wanted to point out as being unfortunate. It's unfortunate it became such a big deal because that's the minority. I also agree that that's a minority of people that are doing it. They're not doing it on purpose. But the fact is there are people doing it on purpose.
A point I'd like to bring up, too, is and I think that this, you could spread this around to some of the other controversies and some of the other instances of YouTubers taking advantage of glitches in the system or whatever. There's sort of two sides of the fence, right? There's some guys, and a lot of them are people we all know. This is their job, and there's some people that it's very close to becoming their job. And I think it's hard to draw the line between the sort of kind of just pure community-based feel and the business side. And I've heard some, this was talked a little bit on PKA, and it's like, sure, there's business ethics, but at the same time, guys who want to grow and guys who take this stuff really, really seriously and are making a good amount of money on it, they've taken advantage of the system before, and there's going to be things that pop up in the future. And I'm one of the type of channels that could potentially suffer from this, right? I'm under 5,000 subscribers, so I'm not a big channel. I work really, really hard on my videos, and I try to get them noticed. And even on my best day, somebody could put out a video who's big and not even do anything, and it will get 10 times the views my best will get. But I think it's important to try not to look at things through the same eyes. I mean, people are in YouTube for different reasons, and while some of us may be victims, on the other hand, some guys are just trying to make a living. I don't think anybody's intentionally trying to shut other YouTubers out, but they are. This is a very competitive community, and it's a very competitive business. And YouTube is a business at some point. If you really, really try, it does become its own little cottage industry. So I think we just I just think we just need to make sure that we don't sort of feel like guys are doing it to knock other guys down.
Yeah.
Well, something to keep in mind too, though, is this is not just in the gaming space. Like, obviously, it's well known in the gaming space right now because of a video that was put out that was trolling the community. But it's not just in the gaming space. This is a major part of how the biggest guys get their views or their videos to stay on the front page. It's the bottom line. It's a YouTube tool. All right.
Well, let's move on. Let's move on to our next topic.
Yeah, please.
We need to keep it under 30 minutes. Damn it!
Don't even say it. You're wasting your time saying it.
I know I am. All right, I'm going to let you guys take this away because we just watched these leaked videos all together of the alpha footage of Battlefield 3. What do you guys think so far? What do you like about this footage so far? And I really wish that I could show this, in the Part of the Dashboard video, but I don't want to get a strike on my channel. That's these guys' problem, not mine.
Just search on YouTube, guys. You can find it.
Well, what do y'all think of it so far? What's your favorite thing about it so far that's been shown?
It's awesome. It's beautiful. It's got some of the most beautiful graphics I've ever seen. The way they're using light is incredible. Yeah. The destruction technology that they've improved even further. Like, I'm so excited about it. The only, again, my only issue with Battlefield versus Modern Warfare or any of the Call of Duties is that I always feel like the way that the gun feels, like the way you're carrying the gun, has no weight. I felt the same way about World at War. Like, I didn't feel like the gun had as much weight as like COD 4 or Modern Warfare 2. And I miss that, but it's just, it's a beautiful game. It really is.
Okay, I'm going to say what I really enjoyed, which is the finishing move kills that this thing featured. This guy came up behind the other, and it looked like he stab him once or knock him with his elbow, put him on the ground, and then just did this.
Yeah, he flipped the knife around
into his chest. It was great.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy to see Melee take that next step. For it to be right now, Melee seems kind of like an afterthought. Like, okay, we'll give them a way to kill up close, and it's just like you slap them with their knife and they die. And I've done a couple of videos on my thoughts on this, on how it should be. It should be more. It should be the next gen. It's time for that to move into the next generation, and I'm happy to see this take that step.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. I was a big fan of Battlefield Modern Combat back on the last gen systems, and I thought that was pretty much the perfect multiplayer game. And so to see these kind of graphics, I didn't really get into Battlefield too much. Bad Company, excuse me. For me, it just it was mostly for time, but it just didn't have that wow factor for me, and it was a little too slower pace. But it looks to me like they've done a lot to address that. And then when you combine it with the achievements they've done with the technology destroying buildings and graphics, it really looks like it's just going to be a blast to play. And so for a lot of us who, we sort of have to play these video games now if we want to keep doing what we're doing. Sometimes the games can get a little stale, but that honestly looks like it's going to be fun 8 months into it.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
All right, guys, let's move on to COD XP versus PAX. And the reason I want to bring this up is because Call of Duty XP is an event that's going to be happening right around the exact same time as PAX Prime. Actually, it's a week after that. But still, for someone who lives across the United States, you can't really mix those two up. So it kind of brings this dilemma. Which are you going to go to, Call of Duty XP or PAX Prime? So I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on kind of between the two, which you plan on going to and why one might be better than the other.
I'm not going to address this because I'm not going to either.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to PAX, and I'm not going to make it to COD XP, but there was actually a chance that I could have. So I was right there with a whole bunch of other guys. Apparently thousands and thousands of other guys, because I couldn't even get in the website for the first few hours. trying to order tickets, and my justification was if I can't make it, sell the tickets, I'll be fine. You know, I know that just judging by the way the website was going, that apparently there was pretty high demand for tickets, but I finally made my way in, and tickets were non-transferable, so there was already just a really slim chance that I was going to go, and that just kind of threw it out the window. That was my thing. You know, if the tickets would have been transferable, I'm sorry, that's my whole point of not being able to go, was just the fact that I didn't have a backup plan. But that is kind of what decided it for me. Actually, was
I'm always hesitant with a new event too. This is the first time Activision's putting on an event like this for Call of Duty.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm always nervous because it's a learning experience, especially when you put it on the first time. You know, and it can be disorganized. And for me to spend that much money directly after going to PAX Prime, it was kind of a really bad thing for me, for them to be starting this out, doing it their first year, and so close to PAX. I think they made a mistake there.
I agree, because the logistics.
Travel. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, you're right, Merrill. The logistics of that kind of event, could prove very, very tricky, especially with the demographic of most of the people who are going to go there. I mean, everybody's going to want to kind of jump into it and do everything. And how are they going to create? I mean, because it almost sounds like an amusement park with the paintball arenas, right?
Yeah.
Like, how are they going to manage that? You know, like, how are you just not going to stand in line all day? I mean,
it's going to be awesome. I really do. I think it seems to be like it. The only thing I have concern about is how many people are going to be there. But aside from that, I would be there in a heartbeat. I think if I didn't have to be at a wedding that weekend, I'd be there. It looks awesome.
Okay, but if Activision prepares for this for the same way that they prepare for their games, I'm concerned.
That's a good point.
It seems like they kind of did. I mean, you see how awesome of a game Black Ops is, but I agree. I'm not going to say anything else about that.
All right, guys. Do you have anything else to add to this topic?
No, not so much. They do have some travel plans with transportation already provided, and hotels, like different sets of hotel rooms and everything that you can buy the whole package. But no, I got nothing else on COD XP. I'm going to PAX.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess if I had to choose one or the other, I'd probably go to PAX. Just I mean, there's going to be so much variety to it. But I have to say that what is it? Scrapyard, is that the map they recreated?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, that would be amazing.
That would be
I don't understand why didn't they recreate Nuketown? Like, why didn't they recreate a map that people actually like? Hazard, dude, recreate Hazard. I'll play some guns, shoot people. It'd be awesome.
Right? Yeah, right. It's like a pitch and putt and paintball.
Oh, dude, that'd be so wicked. Especially if people were playing, some little putt golf going on while people were playing paintball around them. Oh, that'd be great.
Also, I know that I'd kick somebody in the face if they were head glitched in the sand trap.
Release some dogs, like have a big dog pit.
Don't even tell people. Just fucking release some dogs and just be like, go at it.
Or how many people are going to be hiding downstairs in that B building there by the crates?
That reminds me, man. I'm still pissed off that there weren't tigers in the last map pack after Merrill got my hopes up
I know.
on the zoo.
I got my own damn hopes up. Anyway, what are we even talking about?
Yeah, no
This
shit.
is the end of episode 19. Do you have anything else you want to put out before we end?
No, sir.
All right, guys.
No, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Definitely.
Later,
Chaos
guys.
Math. You've been a long-time friend at this point, and it's really good to finally get you on here. So.
Thanks so much, man.
All right. Well, as I say with all part in the dashboards, this is a group effort. A lot of people help out with this, so it would be very nice of you to head to the final product that's on YouTube. And make sure you watch it, check it out. We have sponsors. I have thank yous because, like I said, a lot of people help out with this. But that's all I have for episode 19 with Mr. Chaos Math and the Aviator. This is Sergeant Brown out here.
Good stuff, dudes.